Historically, Kenya Power has been connecting electricity customers as they pay. You make an application for electricity supply. After you have paid, you are connected without cognizance of whether your neighbor also requires that supply. After you are connected, those who can be able to pay, they pay 15,000. Those who cannot be able to pay, there is a facility, there is a steamer loan so that they can be able to pay progressively as they use electricity supply. I think that is a real paradigm shift in terms of how the connection is done and also in terms of how customers pay for electricity.
So what is this project doing? The PS just gave us quite a nice overview of the project. But in fact, it's a total project which is about 457 million US dollars. And you have a 250 million IDA credit. And then you have an IDA guarantee for about 200 million and a grant of $7.5 million from the Strategic Climate Fund to scale up a renewable energy program. I understand that we are targeting with this first operation about 125,000 households throughout Kenya. My plea, and I know it's a bit of a difficult one, is really make sure that you really target the poorest people, those that really need to have access to electricity. And I'm thinking more and more about those counties bordering the northern region of Kenya, for which, you know, if you put electricity there and if you put road there, you can completely transform those regions. And I think it is a time for us all collectively to really think about how we work in those marginalized counties and how we get them to a different level so that they are completely integrated into the Kenyan economy.
This project has come about as a result of the challenges we have experienced in the energy sector, whereby KPLC was unable to continue with connectivity program without subsidies from the government. And I remember about 1.5 years ago, we have been providing about 2.7 billion just to ensure that we subsidize the connection of household to keep the price at 35,000 shilling, which ought to have been over 70,000. The objective of this project is to strengthen the entire electricity sector to enable it to play its key role of providing reliable electricity for social and economic development. This component will restore KPLC to a healthy financial position and enable it to effectively play its key role of supporting the entire electricity sector. Secondly, there is a revenue protection component which has 40 million US dollars to support KPLC in collecting all revenues that support the entire sector, including independent power producers who are expected to contribute over 3,000 megawatts of new power generation in the next 3 or so years.
As Kenyans, we need to appreciate the kind of network, the type of network that we have. Our network is very rigid. We don't have adequate redundancy for us to operate the network effectively. And it's necessary to build this network to create not only a robustness of the network, but we also need to have additional redundancy so that we are able to switch off customers and transfer them to other loads as we maintain the network. As we speak today, and I know a lot of times we tend to think that there might not be outages in other developed countries, system failures occur everywhere. Whether you're talking about Dubai, Europe, wherever, Germany, anywhere else, they occur. But the secret behind their successes is that they have adequate redundancies and the networks are automated so that in the event of failure, customers don't even notice that there was a failure because they are transferred and served from other sources. What we are doing at the moment at KPLC, besides repairing the existing infrastructure, which has, of course, as you have been, as the PS has mentioned, has suffered for a long time, up to 2004, underfunding. We've moved on fairly, very steadily to repair the existing network. So much funding has gone into it. We are now moving into expanding the network. As we speak today, we have over 152 projects across the country, worth close to 70 billion shillings. And this massive expansion is not only to create a robust distribution network, but to also expand so that we can have additional redundancies. What I mean by that is that whenever we have an outage with automation that is going on at the moment, we should be able to transfer our customers to other sources, and they will not notice it. To see the kind of work that is going on at the moment in the country in terms of connecting power, there's no doubt left in us that we should be able to connect as many Kenyans as possible. And with the support that we're getting, we require 58 billion Kenyan shillings to achieve universal access. As we speak today, from only two donors, the World Bank and African Development Bank, we have in our hands 28 billion shillings. Already half is with us.